too. I gotta tell you a story about this girl named Wendy. So, but Wendy was a con artist, right? Wendy liked to scam people, men or women. Wendy was a stripper. She also take drugs. She was into cocaine. So boom, Wendy's life started in L.A. It started in L.A. where she first started selling herself on the streets at 16. Her parents put her out. Her father was abusive. And her mother was on drugs. So she decided to go on the streets and live on her own. At 16, she met a pimp. He pimped her out, gave her a place to stay. After that, she started to learn the streets more and more and more. So after her pimp situation, right, she needed to get away and start her own life. So what happened was she set the pimp up. She was very good at getting guys to do her dirty work. Very good at doing that. You feel what I'm saying? So she got these two white boys to kill her pimp, right? To kill her pimp. And whatever money he had, they was going to split it. But instead, she set the two white boys up. When the cops came, right, they had the bag and they threw the bag. I think they killed the pimp in the crib, right? And she told them, throw the money out the window. It's two duffel bags full of money. Throw it out the window. So they threw one. And the other bag was mixed with coke and guns and shit. So when the cops rushed in, because she set it up, she took the money and dipped. One of the white boys ran. He ran up the fire escape, jumped the next roof, and he dipped. Left his homeboy. Homeboy got locked up for the murder, doing like 5 years or some shit like that. Right. So she dipped. She took the car, skated out of town. She ended up going towards Mexico. Stayed in Mexico for about 3 months and then moved on. She ends up going down south to Atlanta. In Atlanta, she's stripping. You know, it's known to be strippers in Atlanta. Y'all know that. So she out there stripping in Atlanta, making her ends meet, thinking she got a new life. The white boy followed her to Atlanta. He found her in Atlanta, followed her, right? Tried to kill him. He tried to kill her. He tried to kill her, right? Found her, tried to kill her. She wasn't going for it. By then, right? She killed the white boy, buried his ass in the woods, and moved on her life. She stayed in Atlanta for about 5 years. From Atlanta, she moved to South Dakota. In South Dakota, nobody knew her, nobody knew her background, nothing. Fresh start. She met a guy named Hassan. She was working at this bar, making drinks, earning a living. Mind you, she was sitting on quite a few stacks, so she had some money. She had some ends. Sitting on this bread, she met Hassan. After she met Hassan, he started coming to the bar more often just to see her, to see Wendy. They was getting acquainted, all that. He was spending money, and she was kind of curious of what kind of line of work he do. He was just like, I'm into marketing. So she was like, word, you into marketing? Word, what kind of money is into that? She was like, it's a couple stacks into it. You know what I mean? You know, you promote ads and stuff like that. You know, little shit. So he feed her bullshit, right? She thought he was a square. He used to come to the bar with his glasses. He used to be slipping and falling. He was like clumsy. He was always in business suits. So she thought he was into the office work. So him and Wendy developed a friendship. You know what I'm saying? He asked her out. She said no at first. He was persistent. He ended up taking her out, showing her a good time, spending money on her. You feel me? When I mean he was spending money, he pulled up in a nice foreign car. He had roses. He had the money roses. He wined and dined her. He took her to a nice expensive restaurant. And she was just like taken back. Now, mind you, she's a much older woman now. You know what I'm saying? She living in South Dakota, you know, at the age of 25 right now. You know what I'm saying? Man, our son, it's been about 2 years since she been in South Dakota. And it's about 6 months since she met her son. They got into a little relationship. It became something useful. While in South Dakota, she was learning who was in the streets. She was into hustling hustlers. See what I'm saying? She was into robbing them, getting them by any means. So she learned about a few hustlers in the street. You know what I'm saying? Learned what they was doing, followed them, learned their ways, and about 3 of them, she robbed them, killed them. There'd been an investigation in South Dakota for these murders. Cops couldn't figure out who was doing it. They think it's gang related. Feel me? They think it's gang related and shit. But they couldn't figure it out. It was another drug dealer. He was a CI. He met Wendy, but he knew Wendy by a different name. He knew Wendy by like Selena or something. He was into her. He didn't know much of her, just like you see her on the street. They talked, they conversated. He asked her out. She was with it. Wendy thought he was a drug dealer. This dude thought Selena was just a regular broad on the street. You know what I'm saying? The way she was dressed and all that. So they developed a little quick relationship. She started dissing herself from Hassan. So Hassan went back in his bag, started doing what he was doing. After that, this CI was sitting on some money. He robbed the drug dealer. The drug dealers he robbed was the cartel. And he needed to get out of town. He robbed them for about $1 million. I robbed them. They found out it was him, and they was coming for him. He told Wendy about the money so he can get out of town. He was going to go somewhere like Hawaii or somewhere so they couldn't get him, you feel what I'm saying? So he told Wendy all this information. Wendy took this information, finessed it, found somebody that was into the cartel, and sent them after this nigga. He got wind that it was coming, and the only way he knew, because of Wendy. So boom, he went into protective custody. You feel what I'm saying? He went in protective custody when he had the money, and they couldn't get the boy. So the cartel was like, where is he at? And she was like, I don't know. I think he went into hiding. So the cartel was like, did you know your boy was a CI? And she was like, nah, I didn't know. Copped the plea and everything, right? So they let her go. She still got the money and shit. She still got the bread, and she was about to escape town. One of the cartel dudes was tailing her. She got wind that he was tailing her, right? She did a cut turn, and when the boy followed her, she killed him, threw his body in a dumpster, and left him there, right? Now, mind you, Hassan has low-key been following her for months. He's been following her. He's seen her kill that man. You know what I'm saying? After that, police found the body. She was surprised when the police found the body, because normally she'd be getting away. The cartel got wind of it. They was coming for her. So they took their mind off the CI and was coming for her. The CI came out of hiding. She found the CI, told the cartel, and she waited there. But little do she know they was coming for her too. She got wind that they was coming for her too, because they was moving funny. She already had her little pistol on. So they was in the area where the CI was, like some abandoned cabin in the woods or some shit. My son was following her. They was following him to get to the CI, and it all went down. What happens now is she goes up to the CI. I was like, yo, bro, where you been? I was looking for you. So he was like, how the fuck you find me? This and that and third. She like, I be in the street, but what's going on? Like, I'm pregnant with your baby. She giving that nigga the bullshit. The cartel dudes back out their pistols and start to spraying up the crib. They start spraying up the crib. She do is, she set the crib on fire, escapes out the back, right? When they enter the crib, the house blew up. Boom. What she did to the CI was she smacked him up, knocked him out, Another set of cartel kids came, killed the CI. She ends up getting away. She ends up coming to New York. While in New York, she gets arrested for the murders. Hassan was a federal agent undercover. She was like, I thought you was some square marketing, this and that, and the third. Call her as soon as she came off the plane. She was, he had a whole appearance on. He had his whole appearance. He had his glasses, took them off. You know, he took off his makeup off his face. Wholly different person. She was like, what the fuck? Oh, you a fat agent? Undercover. Moral of the story, never judge a book by its cover. It's your boy Carter TV. I'm out.